All right, welcome to the podcast. Let's talk about it. It's been a while. The group chats have been heating up. So much conversation, so much debate,
So much opinion.
so much opinion. Guess that's why we're here. It's time to get some things off our chest. So jump to some nice topics we had. Today you want to talk about scoring and Dame 71. So we'll start off with that.
I just thought that it was a highlight that needs to be said. I mean, it happened twice now in the season.
It's never happened.
I claimed the defense was better in
You-
the NBA today.
You can't, there's no chance. There's no
I'm
chance.
thinking better athletes. They put the work in more. They spend the time in the sessions with the video, and then you got people averaging 40 points a game before the 71.
Yeah, you're just answering on like literally what I want to say. They don't defend. Everything is entertainment. So what they do is it's a one pass shoot league. And the other team is like, okay, we won't play defense until maybe the third or the fourth quarter. By then, guys are hot.
Like,
Guys are hot.
I feel like it's harder to score because of the defense, but there's just better shooters.
No, it's if I come down the court and I spend 3 seconds on the shot clock, it's a 50
Yeah, but that's not
minute
every-
game. It's
not-
borderline every possession.
Like those teams aren't winning. The guys that are showing up and shotting up shots from half court and like 3 point, like who's shooting half court shots, one step in the line, maybe like 40 foot. Who's winning? No one who can do that is winning.
But so these teams, for example, like Dame got the 71 and the win,
Yeah,
and
and his team is alright.
but
Alright.
so he shots even that game. Like I get it, like the way they were guarding him. They were going under the screen. Big man switches up.
Yeah.
You're gonna do that to an elite guard. That's like
What they said is, you know what? We're gonna
That's not
stop
defense.
everyone else. We'll see if Dame can beat us.
that's the dumbest. That's not
Well,
defense.
That's not defense. It's bad coaching. Listen, like double the fucking guy.
Yeah.
They eventually they said, you know what? He's gonna get whatever he gets, and we're just gonna play our game. And their game was 100% not good enough.
There's no elite defenders. Like even with the game with Donovan Mitchell,
I wouldn't say there's no delete defenders.
there's maybe one.
I just don't think it's the focal point of any bad team. First and foremost, like this 71 is not happening on good teams. Like, or
Rockets
against
got
good
it.
teams.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying like yeah, there's just teams that are out here getting scored on, but like, I'm not gonna say there's no good defenders or great defenders. There's great defenders in this league. It's not mirrored with both great offense or a great package. Like, you don't notice the great defending of Boston because it's overshadowed by the MVP candidate of the league.
I think okay. There's certain teams that can play team basketball when necessary, right? But what happens is not what I think the league has turned into is who can score the most.
Yeah,
Who?
that's the focal point for this year.
Yeah, like that's
Like, by far.
I think it started last year. That's why I think guys like KD and Durant joined each other. I mean, KD and Kyrie joined each other.
It's been growing, right?
Yeah.
Every tweak to the rules is like, let's see how much more points we can put on the
Exactly.
board. I get that, but I'm not gonna. These guys are still finding ways to defend.
There's no one defending Barry.
No. You're allowed to score more points. It doesn't mean no one's defending.
There's
People are getting stops when they count, when they matter, and I guess there's a period in the game where people are just gonna fucking put the ball in the net.
okay. Give me 3 elite defenders in the NBA.
Elite defenders in the
Three
NBA.
elite defenders that have played this year and have kept an elite scorer at like a good average.
Drew Holiday,
Okay.
Marcus Smart hasn't played much, but I'm still gonna put him up there.
Rating defensive player. Okay,
And-
I can see.
I'm not gonna they're not very good offensively, so it doesn't look good. But Bam can still play D.
No, Bam. Yeah.
Jimmy Butler can still play D. They can't score. This is what I'm talking about. They have a team full of defensive players, and they can't put the ball in.
And they get scored on at will. Tatum eats up Jimmy. Durant will eat up Jimmy. Giannis will eat up Jimmy. Luka will eat up Jimmy.
It's just because maybe no, I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say. I'm telling you that these guys will get stops, but then they can't put the ball in the net. So it's the offensive players getting so many more looks
And that okay, I see where you're coming from with that because, like I said, it's become a more offensive like a one pass shoot, right? So you're gonna get more shot attempts. So the defense not really appreciated because the ball's not moving enough for you to get good stops. Because one every time you come down, you get shot. Then eventually you're hot or whatever else. But I still feel like the fear of like facing a good defender is gone.
Because there's so many. There's like as defensive tactics get better,
Yeah.
offensive players get better. So, for instance, when Harden was allowed to go in the lane and grab everyone's arm to get a foul,
Yeah.
they took that away.
Okay.
Right? Guys are still finding a way to get to the free throw line. Right? Guys are still finding a way to get 4-point plays on 3-point shots. I don't like. You could tell me every 3-point shot, at least one of those guys on every 3 shots is a fallen.
So you feel like the NBA has almost pretty much punished good defenders
Well, it's
by adjusting
no,
rules.
it's putting pressure on the refs to make calls.
Yeah.
So you embellish. It's like soccer. You embellish the foul because you're trying to make pressure on the ref to make calls.
Yeah.
You only get 1 to 2 challenges a game, one
Yeah.
challenge game. The ref has an ego himself, so he's not gonna
Make every call.
go into call.
Yeah.
But like you're not playing basketball. You're playing a manipulative game instead of going and playing the game, shooting well, and waiting for the foul to actually come. You're kind of create contact by creating a foul that's not even there.
I agree, but per se, also in this league, it's we've seen the most 3-point attempts in the last 5 years.
3-point is just
I know it's
more points.
It's more points. It makes sense. I agree with you, but does that add on to the pressure? It's like okay, no matter how good of defense I play, this guy can pull up from there and still knock it down.
Well, here's the thing: like you're not like we're not guarding you out there.
Yeah.
We're not guarding you out there.
Why
You have
not?
because it's such a low percentage shot in history.
If I know I'm going to go guard Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, whoever else, I'd rather have them beat me with a 2-point attempt than hit a 3.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the 3. We're talking about the 3 extended. We're talking about the 4-point. Basically, it should be 4-point play.
It's still worth 3 points. I'm picking them up there.
And so players are getting better because they're like, hey, I'm just going to learn how to shoot this shot from way back here. I'm going to be a sniper from back here
Yeah.
because nobody's guarding me from back here. And if you are guarding here, it's opening the floor way more. It's just making the game harder. Offensive players are getting, I won't say smarter, but better at what they do.
Yeah, you create off. You're either going to get a layup or you're going to kick
It doesn't mean
somebody else.
it doesn't mean it's good offense. Like
If you have a good defensive team, the rotations will work in your favor.
that's
if you
hard.
pressure.
You still have to go across the court, and the court's getting bigger because guys are getting deeper shots.
You are 7 foot. You're 6'11".
Yeah,
You're
but the ball
6'8".
moves. The ball moves faster.
It
than
moves
the player.
quicker, but you have a wingspan to contest. Sorry,
But these guys don't see you. You're not there. Like you can be the best defensive player. You're not there unless you're getting a hand on the ball. What? Choppy feet? Fuck choppy
Yeah.
feet. Choppy feet does not work
You
in
close
the NBA.
out.
No, you don't close
You're
out.
running these guys
you
off the
better
court.
Get the ball.
You're running these guys off the court.
They don't see you. They shooting with their eyes closed. They feel that shot. It's memory. It's muscle memory. The guys, they're shooting from fucking half court. You're not getting there, and if you're coming out there, you're not getting back to whoever's you rotating. It's not happening.
I mean, you have to find a way to adjust and defend. There's no other way to it. Like you're not gonna win championships. You're not gonna win playoff games that are coming up. You're not gonna win seedings. Like for example, the Lakers game last night with against Memphis. Against Dallas, they played good defense. That was terrible against Memphis.
Yeah,
Terrible.
but they also didn't have LeBron.
Doesn't you?
No. Now I'm not gonna say you have to care. They don't know how to play without LeBron. Okay, they haven't learned yet. These guys just got put together.
You can't
They
play
don't-
defense with LeBron.
No. They don't have D'Lo. Right, another essential piece. He's a starter. Like the team just got put together. They don't know each other, and they don't have the 2 people that are supposed to lead them.
Mhm.
It's hard to play D or offense in that. Like, I'm not gonna shit on them for that game.
Yeah,
That game also should not have been that close.
but it's
The Grizzlies should have destroyed them.
by far.
So I'm not gonna say there was no D.
No.
It wasn't great D.
To me, it's the inconsistency of saying like, okay, if we need a win. I feel like our teams are getting into this. It's okay, we can play defense against this team or this team. We have to see who outscores who,
Yeah.
and they're picking these things. So at the end of it, I just feel like it's easier, for guys like, okay, I'm not gonna be guarded from here, or I'll just extend my range. You know what I mean? Or I'm not like.
But it's not just extending your range. Like first of all,
Look
like,
at Pat Bev. Okay, for example, Pat Bev. I don't think he can score for. He can't score for a leg. But if Pat knows your game is I'm pulling up from here, Pat's picking you up there. He's picking you up.
Pat's a great defender and a pest, but he's also getting 4 to 5 fouls a game.
So you
Like he's gonna do that all game, but he's going to be in your chest the whole game.
Yeah.
Right. He
isn't what defense
held
is.
down Lillard. Right.
Yeah.
Lillard still had 22, 25.
Yeah.
Right? That's holding down Lillard.
Yeah.
He still held down Lillard by just being there. Right. But the way the rules are met is if you play that kind of D, you're getting fouls, and so no. Therefore, he's getting to the free throw line and getting more points.
Yeah.
And if you don't play him like that, he's gonna pull up. So it's hard to like see where are the good defenders because like not only is the league trying to stop people from shutting down the shows, so to speak. They want to see scoring, they want to see dunks, all this, right? But these guys are like Lillard in particular, because we keep on talking about him. He's shooting deeper. He's shooting farther. I think the difference between Lillard versus, like, I don't compare anybody like that to Steph because you're still going to see Steph attack the rim.
Yeah.
I don't see Lillard attack the rim.
He gets to the rim.
I see him mid range and I see him shoot and I see him do a lot of stuff but
because also remember the way Steph gets to the rim is because his team has shooters, so the lane is clear. Lillard doesn't have like good shooters.
no, he doesn't. He doesn't have a good team, and I
Yeah,
think that's the difference between like. That being said, though, like we're considering Golden State a good team because of their history. They're not playing well.
They're not. I mean, obviously they're not playing well, but I'm saying like even though they're not playing well, you have to respect the shooters they have around because any of those guys can get it going, right? Like those guys can shoot.
That's the league, though.
Golden State's special because they got lights out shooters. The league's got shooters, but they got lights out shooters. You gotta worry about Jordan Poole. Kuminga can hit.
And Lillard doesn't have that,
No, he doesn't.
right? But
So that's why I'm saying he set us for the shots because he's the only guy on his team who can really do it.
and that's why he's shooting further than the basket. He's like,
I mean, if they had,
he's like, there's too much D and nobody's helping me. Let me back up.
Yeah.
Let me give you guys more space.
so I think that's the league right now. I think we're adapting to a showmanship more than that. I think what basketball is, and I think I'll quote Greg Popovich like just at a fucking 4-point line.
I'm saying. But
You know
like,
what I mean?
that's going to be ridiculous, though. Because guys are still going to shoot from back there and going to keep on backing up. They're going to keep on backing up. Eventually, guys are going to be shooting from there one step in. I'm telling you. One step in. You saw what's his name chest back from LeBron? Like, anybody can just start shooting from back there. Like,
That's crazy.
I'm telling you. Like, the league, the offensive players always going to get better and better. Like, the tactics going to get better.
No, I think it's the way the game is evolving, and I feel like it's not hindering basketball, but it's taken away from the hard-working part of the defensive end of basketball, which people are now even kids are not just focused on scoring.
It's about the competitiveness.
It's we're losing that.
Look at the All-Star game.
Exactly. Like, I couldn't believe I couldn't believe it.
It's not fun to watch.
There's no point of watching that shit.
Imagine you wanting to see the best players in the game go at each other and they're like, hey, your turn next.
Yeah.
Your turn next.
Yeah.
It's just not.
And he's like, I can pull up from deeper than you.
And that's turning into the game itself.
I couldn't believe Dave behind the half court line. Pause.
Bro, he took 4 in a row, missed 3, and like kept on shooting. Like that's telling kids, hey, just keep trying.
Yeah. Can you like
Now on top of that, he's doing stuff in games.
yeah.
It's just
No, like it throws me off, and I'm really like it sucks as a basketball fan to really watch that because again I like when guys are like battles. You know what I mean? Like okay, I'm a superstar, you're a superstar. I'll guard you, you guard me. We'll compete the whole game.
yeah, I like competitiveness. But let me ask you this: are you an old head and you just want the way basketball was played?
No, I'm able to adjust to the game. I just want the competitiveness back to it because I feel like now everyone's buddy. People, like they'll tweet at each other or they'll high five each other or all this. There's no that assholeness anymore. It's like I busted your ass.
It's funny because like we'll call like the Grizzlies. They're that team this year where they just want to get in everybody's face and they want to do everything, and everyone's starting hating on them, saying, "God, they're dicks.
Yeah,
they're a bunch of assholes." I understand it, and not ones that I usually like, right? But the way society is today is like, do we have to kill each other to kill each other? You know what I mean? Do we have to like attack each other's whole being in the sport just to be competitive?
but isn't that what survival of the sport is? It's like I'm sorry. Like even today, I see this a lot. I see like people like NBA players, celebrities, people posting each other, whatever. Especially like young kids right now. Like they're all like, if I play you, if say we had a game yesterday, right? You had 40 on me, and I'll literally post your score and your picture like, oh yeah, shout out to my guy, I have 40 points. I mean, good for you for like appreciating, but back like not like me as a person, not just backing me as a person. Fuck you, I'm coming back for you next game. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's
not
a lot.
Next game. I'm talking about like the next play.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the next minute, the next half.
Yeah. It's
like,
all smiley.
It's unfortunate to see the NBA as it is because the kids that actually do watch these games don't see the competitiveness. What did I see the other day? Klay Thompson called himself
the Reggie Miller.
And what did he point to? He pointed to how Reggie got under people's skin. Yeah. He was always getting in fights. I'm not encouraging fighting and throwing hands, but like guys were obviously going at each other in Reggie's era. Klay got that.
Yeah.
And he built it. Like, I don't know if the kids today, watching the guys today, maybe besides the Grizzlies, really go at people like that. It's just, there's a softness in the league. And that's what I was saying was, I think the problem with the old heads today is they see all this softness, and so they just, like, call it out.
And that's why we're going to just jump right into that topic right now, because I want to go with you. I'm like, okay, with this old heads, there's guys I respect, and I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, like, Charles Shaq, you guys have the right to talk. Kendrick Perkins, shut the fuck up.
I mean, like...
shut the fuck up.
Sorry, but like...
Perkins a hit or miss to me.
I don't even... to me, it doesn't matter who's talking. Yeah. You still, just because you have the ability to say something, you still have to consider what you're saying and understand who you're talking to.
Yeah.
And then say some shit that makes, like Kendrick Perkins has an opinion, and that's fine. He wants to be controversial. That's okay, too. But you don't always have to go against one or two people.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a trend. Like he wants to attack certain people.
Players, because they keep them relevant. And it's like, same with a lot of these guys who do broadcasts. They pick on certain, like, what's Skip? He made his whole living off going against LeBron. LeBron's never acknowledged him once. Still doing it. Irrelevant. Like, you have never played at that level. You've never been an athlete, first off, Skip. You would never, like, if I'm better than you, have a better career than you, and I do something better than you, you have no right to criticize me.
But they will.
And that's my problem. So if it's an old like Shaq talking, I'll listen.
I don't, like, but the problem with Shaq is Shaq says some stuff that, like, he doesn't have to say, and I take everything in consideration, like he says, because, like, he's coming from a place where he knows some shit or two, even if he's not saying it properly.
Yeah.
But, like, what did he say the other day? He said, Ant, like, you're good now, but you have to be great repeatedly. Yeah. That's fine. You can stop there.
Yeah.
Right? You don't got to say, look at what happened to Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
Like, we can go down the players and lists of players.
Yeah.
Like, why are you attacking Jeremy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did something great. Yeah. Right? It didn't last long. It's fine. But you shouldn't diminish what he did just to tell Ant, hey,
get it together.
Get it together, or, hey, you ain't really done yet because it can be gone in a second. Like, you can say that without taking
the
guys that aren't even, like, there to defend themselves.
Yeah, and that's another thing I was gonna say. Like, I agree with you on that, but I feel like with Shaq, it's like he makes a point, and then he throws an exclamation mark on it, just so you know what he's comparing you to. Like,
yeah, but
I mean, it's a jab at Jeremy. It's a jab at Jeremy.
Gonna say, I'm Shaq. I can do what I want. I'm Shaq. Look at my record. Look me up. Google me. Google. Like, Shaq, I'm not gonna Google you. I don't know. I know exactly who the fuck you are. You know what I mean? Like.
He made a point, though, when Dwight Howard and his Taiwanese league 3-point contest.
Yeah.
Shaq's like, I can't do that. I can't hit 15 3-pointers. That's something I can't comment on. He's backed up, so I respect that.
But yeah, like, you can't comment on a lot of shit you comment on.
He's an old man. You can't be mad at a bitter old man.
I'm just saying, they got to choose their spots better. Like,
yeah.
Even Charles is always explaining himself with the words he says, but he's not wrong. He's telling KD, you got to be the leader to prove something to us old heads.
Yeah,
he's repeatedly said that, like he's talking to KD, waiting for KD to be like, yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying. KD doesn't
give a shit. That's my thing. It's like they think they're relevant or these young guys need their approval. Well, these young guys are saying like, bro, like I'm still in the league. I'm my prime. I've won multiple championships. I've been Finals MVP. I've been season MVP. I've done all these things. Who are you?
But that's the thing, though. Like they so much sought the approval of the old heads before them.
Yeah.
It's a respect level, and even today, like the guys, the stars today, they want that same respect level from the old heads, but they either think they deserve it too soon, or they don't go after it the same way that they did. They don't get it twisted. Like Charles got criticized by his
Peers,
old
yeah.
heads or peers or whatever you want to call it. Shaq got criticized. Kobe got criticized. The guys before them always, like, everyone got criticized by somebody like before them saying, "Oh, you didn't have it like us." Oh, it's gonna be the history of time.
I sound like a old, but like I think this generation is soft. I was making fun of it. I think like again, it's a new like
You know what?
almost like a cancel culture or like whatever it is. It's these guys they want to be praised and loved, and not just not what you call so not discouraged or criticized or whatever it is. I mean, I see it like even you can't like as much as I hate these broadcasters who talk too much about negative stuff. I'm like, okay, you can talk, you can put it in there, find a better way of putting it in there. But I feel like these players now want to be like, well, you guys all you guys talk about is my negative stuff. What about my positive things I've done? Like,
Yeah, but no. But okay. The players today, obviously, they get praised too much. They're getting praised from like younger periods of time, right? Whereas it used to be like, oh, okay, you're in high school and then you're in college, like,
Yeah.
oh, you're coming up. Now you're like 12 and like, oh, this kid's
Oh, yeah.
gonna be going
Yeah.
to the league.
Yeah.
Like, so they get praised for a long time. They're always looking for that gratification of people saying that they're so great
Yeah.
for so long that when they hear the criticism,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, that's
Something new.
normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, it's a different era, right? I don't so much think that this era being soft, because they are,
yeah,
is a bad thing. Because it's not how it used to be.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, these kids aren't coming from the same spots and the same places that they used to.
yeah,
They don't know the grind that those before them came.
yeah.
They don't know what they had to go through. They didn't get paid, aren't getting paid like they did. Like, you can play, like, it's a two-way street, right? Like the young kids coming up today need to understand the history, who came before them, who built the path for them, and respect them. And the old heads have to understand that they built. It's like telling your kids you want a better life for them. You give them that better life, and then get mad
Criticizing them for it.
that it had a better
Yeah.
life. How are you going to do that? How you
No,
going to?
I, on that point alone, I agree with you, and I feel like, again, I'm not mad at the old heads for checking these young guys especially like when they do something stupid or they're out of line. It's when they're going off about the wrong shit all the time. When they're talking about things that don't even matter, just to pick on somebody, for example, to say, right, just to criticize a player and go after because it's gonna bring attention to your platform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That to me is straight up bullshit. But when they call out players, like, for example, like when Shannon called out Jaw, I'm like, that's a check. That's an OG check. And said, you're not hard.
Yeah.
You don't have to be that. Like we all know like what you did to get where you are. You're there. You're a successful young man.
Yeah.
Stop acting stupid.
Some
Know what I
niggas
mean?
are just stupid though.
it's,
Like even like I know you may not have came from a place where you think you're hard, or maybe you want people to think you're hard so much, or you watch too many movies, or you're around people that are just
yeah.
testing you all the time. You think I will always say you don't have to come from the street to act street,
Exactly.
right? But if somebody tests you,
Yeah.
you fold or you don't.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But like, everyone always assumes that they're acting street
Yeah.
to prove it to someone else.
Yeah.
It's not always the case. Now you can just tell him he's acting stupid.
Yeah.
Like you can be stupid, but like, tell him that. Like, hey, you don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Yeah. You have like again times and places, right? Like if, for example, I go up for a layup, I get fouled. It's a hard foul. It's a hard foul. But if I go up for a layup and you like literally intentionally try to hurt me, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
But these guys are doing like hitting a layup or hitting a three on something and they're talking shit in their face and whatever. I'm like throwing gang signs
That's
up.
what they're shown, though.
Like
That's what they're shown. That's
it's-
what they've seen. That's what they that's what they.
it's very valid. It's like I can't let you do that, and I know you're not like that for clout. You know what I mean? It's like
That's almost the game now, though. Like,
everyone's a gangster.
because it's not even.
Everyone's
just,
a
you gotta remember,
gangster.
These players aren't just playing a role on the court. It's how can I get a shoe deal, well, I can get a shoe day, but not only playing like my lights out, which it's easy to me. I'm talented, but now I need people to like. I need a following. I need you to follow me either way. It's either the superhero Clark Kent or this Kanye West. Like you need something to bring attention to
Why
yourself.
would you act like somebody who comes from an oppressed
you have no
environment that's hard and you struggled your whole life when you're sitting in a fucking $20 million mansion, driving a Bentley?
What does LeBron say? Every single fucking day. The kid from Akron, eh? Would you believe that the kid from Akron did this?
Yeah.
The nigga had a PlayStation controller the other day. Well, the kid from Akron has a PlayStation controller. Nigga, the nigga next door to you had a PlayStation controller. Who cares if you fucking scribbled some shit on it? Like, you got the biggest guys in the game saying that I came from this.
Yeah.
Everyone sees that and is like, oh, I have to tell my own story. And then they start telling their own story, and then everyone's like, whoa, why are they acting like that? You did it. You showed them that.
But if I went to a private school, I got my what?
Who you hear that comes on and says that?
Nope, like, own it though. That's not be you. It's cheaper to be you. It's better because now even these all the shoe deals, all these things, all these investors or whatever, they're gonna come to you because they want a story. They want a tragic story, and it's hindering these young men to be something they're not.
That's what they think it is. That's the thing everyone wants to see. You know what I mean? You ain't with me shooting in the gym. Like it's not the norm. I can't see. Like I can't say I came up in a private school. I had to prep that. Like nobody cares about what happened between the time that you see Curry shooting in the gym when he's a little kid on his father's store until he got to Davidson.
Yeah.
Nobody asks like what happened in between. Oh, he was there. His father took him to every single game. That's why he loved the game. No. What was he doing? Did he get good grades at this private school, or how did he grow up in Charlotte? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one asks those questions, right? But everyone's always like, oh, this guy got in trouble this way, or this guy's hanging out this side. Like, it's what we glorify on social media. It's what our agents or their agents tell us. It's a story to captivate an audience. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
I like this topic because I'm wondering like how come these white players don't have to throw that same story out? They're not like Sabonis. He's nonchalant. He's amazing, but he's nonchalant.
What do we know about Sabonis? His dad was in the NBA.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Like, what we know about Luka? Well, he played 15
in Spain. You know so why are these black athletes being targeted to sell this hood story?
Do it to themselves. We do it. Like, we judge. We say, oh, he ain't that hard, or he ain't that black, or he ain't like that, or, he didn't come from this, or he doesn't know. Like, you know what he doesn't know? He doesn't know how hungry you are right now.
Yeah.
Because he made it to where he did. We never appreciate our black athletes like that.
That's the thing. I feel like we're just shooting ourselves, and this whole tough, soft. I'm guilty of because I call players soft, but to me, it's not
soft.
You're soft because how you handle the emotion aspect of things when someone calls you out. If someone calls me out, I'm going to take it as in, anybody, I think a competitor will be like, okay, I'll show you. Now it's like, oh, you owe me an apology.
Yeah.
Oh, I did this. My feelings are hurt. Oh, this guy's whatever. It's like, no, maybe he's telling the truth. And if the old head says it right, you should listen. But if they're coming at you the wrong way, like if you're going out of line, then of course you're going out of line.
It's kids these days, man. Like, it's kids and young adults, teenagers, and like, who are you to tell me? Right?
Yeah.
Just how like they haven't met you and they don't know your story. The youngins haven't gone and found out who these guys are and what they're about and why their voice matters. They're also taught that anybody on TV is just that. Yeah, on TV. Don't listen to the noise. Don't listen to what they have to say. And then when the old head come at them, and then you have other old heads like, what's his name? Who went at Halliburton? Who called him an all-star wannabe?
Wait, I didn't hear who.
What's his name? I can't even remember.
Was it Charles?
Name. No, it wasn't Charles. It was
Kenny?
Zerbiak.
Oh, Wally.
Zerbiak.
Well, first of all, fuck Wally Zerbiak. All due respect. What the fuck have you done?
That's what I'm saying, yo. You just have these people talking on TV saying
just
shit.
stay relevant.
Saying shit.
That's like I think they gotta change the platform for these if you haven't done something, new rule. If you haven't done something better than somebody, don't say shit. Don't say shit. And that goes for when Paul Pierce is going for LeBron too. I'm like, you're not even that big of an old head, but you're just a hater because you busted your ass for how many years?
Like, You gotta respect some kind of game.
Like, I don't respect Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose, I respect Jalen. He speaks the truth.
Yeah.
He speaks the truth. I'm excited. Like, I haven't seen much of Jamal Crawford's talk, but I think Jamal will be fair too.
I don't mind, like,
Something's just gotta be removed from it. Like, you don't know, like, you're just bringing negative attention and talking trash to be relevant.
everybody has to have their lane too, right? Like, they're still finding their positions off the court. You know what I mean?
You played in the league. You made your millions. If you can't talk about legit stuff and you have to hate on a little kid, go do something else.
But at the same time, though, if you can't hate, then we can't call these people soft.
No, if you're gonna hate on the right shit. Don't just hate. Why is Halliburton a wannabe All-Star?
I don't know, but he wasn't a wannabe All-Star. He was an All-Star this year. It's all I
Yeah,
know.
so why are you saying that, Wally?
I don't know.
Were you an All-Star?
I have no idea where that came from. I
One
don't know
year?
why. I don't know what he did to him.
Yeah.
I don't know what he saw. I don't know why he didn't respect his game. I think if you're gonna attack a player, you gotta say why.
Yeah, come
Very
with facts.
least. Like, you could say, if I didn't like, I love Pat Bev.
Yeah.
If I didn't like Pat Bev, I'd be like, well, Pat Bev's just a little mangy mutt trying to fucking get at the league
Yeah.
with hard defense.
That's what Dave called him.
Yeah. I'm like, you give a reason. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't like that scrappy defense. I
Yeah.
love that scrappy defense. I like that. I love that scrappy defense.
I'm
But I
all
mean,
for
like,
it.
say a
Yeah.
reason.
So why? Yeah.
Right? Why is he not, or just a wannabe All-Star? Why?
Yeah.
Because he's putting up numbers?
What is it? 20 and 10, guaranteed a night.
I'm sorry.
Like, that's not like it's what 30. He's 30
He's
years.
trying to get the Pacers better.
Climbing,
He's trying to show what he can do in the league.
and he's get the fuck out of here.
That's what we were talking about too. About they saying that Jokic stat padded.
Oh hell no! See, that's another thing. How you just looking for reasons? You just look like these guys are looking. They're miserable.
I don't know.
They're not getting laid at home. I don't know what it is. The Viagra's not kicking in. Whatever it is
There's
happening.
feelings,
Though
there's feelings. There's
there's
feelings.
it's definitely torture. Like you watch a guy who's very non-athletic put up these unbelievable numbers, and you're saying he's stat padding, and his team's first in the West.
I don't know. What homeboy said? What he's in a system. Anybody can do that system.
That's not it.
I don't know.
That's not it. You so hard to get a triple double. On top of that, it's so hard to lead a team to a first place doing it.
I get guys that I need one more rebound. Yo, just throw it up. I'll get a rebound.
Yeah.
I can get that. I don't see that though from Joker. I don't.
You know what I mean?
see
Like he doesn't. It's not like he's yelling for my rebound or whatever it is. Or
Bro.
I think
Even if he was like. Even if he was like, who should be getting the rebound? Who should be taking the ball down?
how many offensive rebounds does he average a game? Right, like 3 or 4.
Bro.
Not on his own shot, off somebody else's shot. He's
what
in
he's supposed to do.
he's in possession. He's getting himself together to do something right, and you're saying no, this guy's stat padding. Why? Because you don't want to see these old heads get hurt.
Because he doesn't look like the prototype basketball player that they want to see. Long wingspan, skinny, 6'10". You know what I mean? Like,
That's the
I don't know.
So
don't
again,
know.
like, do we say the game is rigged? There's a script now. Like how our boy said, there's a script. Oh, we're gonna be like, oh, there's a script now,
Man, if there's a script, these are some good. These are some good
It's a
fucking
good-
actors.
you know what I
No,
mean?
they're getting paid
right?
exact the amount of money they're supposed
That's what I
to
was
get.
gonna say. They all have Oscars.
They're some good actors.
Do you understand the fact like an assist is not just depending on you; it's depending on the other person other than the court.
Man.
You
mean-
can't.
You mean assist that maybe he should have?
Yeah, miss layups, miss easy wide open. Like, what are you talking about?
It's crazy.
So these things, like again, like old heads talking reckless, people talking reckless, just because I didn't even know this about you. Until I heard you guys talk about it, and I did the research, and I'm like, stat padding. That's the worst thing you can say. If
They're trying to just diminish the things he's doing in the league because one, he's going for the third MVP.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you that the criteria for the MVP is going to change this year to make sure that he probably doesn't get his third MVP because what? He's not Michael Jordan. Right?
and that's what I'm saying. So this is where I want to talk about the old heads, right? If I'm an OG and I see this kid, I give him the flowers. I have no worries about it because he's doing it the right way. Joe, you see his arms? Looks like Wolverine's been climbing on him like
Looks like
raccoons.
Somebody to look like Jokic's been fighting a bear in practice.
Yeah, the Cocaine Bear movie. He's probably in there
Bro.
fighting that bear.
He's the one that caught the bear.
Yeah, like how do you say that? I've never seen Jokic once really complain about a foul. You know what I mean? He's hacked all the time.
He used to. He used to do that little ball.
But it's never in your face. It's like, okay, what? But again, if this guy's getting that call, why can't I?
No, what I'm saying though is that he's showing up with his team or without his team. His second best player hasn't been there. Isn't himself right now.
Yeah.
Trying to get back. Michael Porter Jr. is supposed to be some type of guy on that team. He's off.
He's consistent. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm glad they got Gordon. They got some more shooters. They got Caldwell. Who they get? They got Thomas Bryant coming out off the bench now. He showed what he can do in LA.
Yeah. They're legit, and I feel like
he's ready to contend.
They can't discriminate his numbers because again, okay, he may have the right players around him, but that's his game. He was doing that when Jamal Murray was out with a bunch of bombs. Yeah. He was doing the same thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like when he said, "I have the same." I feel like my IQ level is with LeBron. He's up there,
and he's winning.
Like
haters will hate.
So like, was LeBron stat padding? Was LeBron what do you want to like? He was criticized for the same thing. It's not even close to what these old heads are saying. Just because they, again, another thing I'll say is the whole scoring title with LeBron. They have to bring it up. It's like, oh well, LeBron's not a scorer. Well, he scored. What's a score?
Yo, the point of the basketball is to get more points than the other team. Nobody scored more points than LeBron James.
How is he not a scorer?
I don't know how he's not a scorer. Maybe he doesn't look as pretty.
I don't give a shit if I'm fucking
the 3-pointer,
granny shotting it. If that shit's going in and I'm climbing the chart, I'm a scorer.
He's moving you with his shoulder.
Yeah,
he's not even extending his arm. He's shaking it. I don't care what you expect it to look like. He's done it. There's nothing more you can say to the man other than you don't have that many rings.
Yeah,
that's not an individual reward. That's a team sport. Yeah. It's a team game.
Oh, rings are a team game. 100%.
I'm saying, I'm sorry he didn't average
30 for the season,
but he still outscored everyone who's ever averaged that.
Again, it's saying longevity stats. Well, fuck.
So you have to take away
everybody. Do the work every now and then. So they're getting mad at you now for showing up to work and doing your job.
Well, because God gave him a gift. I don't know what he's supposed to do. So he has to be less. Well, what did they say? Oh, Michael did more with less.
Yeah, LeBron again. LeBron, what he did with the Cavaliers rosters he had.
3-1.
Cavalier rosters he had, and on top of that, I'll say this: even with Jokic now, because I think he just hit 6th in the triple doubles.
Yep.
Applaud the fuck. How many centers are up there? There's nobody else after him now. Because he just took out Wilt.
Yeah.
If I'm Shaq, I'm applauding this dude because I'm like, yo.
Well, they love their big men.
Oh,
you know, Shaq loves Joe.
Yeah, I applaud that. Stand up for him.
Yep.
Sabonis if his dad could say something too, because that's who his game's based off, right?
So, and I think this is the reason why the old heads are so bitter, is because the game's changed so much, and it was so much harder for them to do what they were doing. That they think, well, they couldn't do it when we were doing it the way we were doing it. Or I don't even know why we compare eras. Because the rules have changed.
Everything has changed.
The players, the rules, everything. I don't know why we compare eras.
To me, it really doesn't make sense. And I get why people like to put ideas in the air just to puppet shit. You know what I mean? Oh, imagine this happened. Oh, imagine that happened. Well, guess what? It didn't fucking happen. And this is what we're dealing with right now. And this is what we have to watch right now. So the fact that these guys are doing this, I appreciate the art. I appreciate understand. They're also basketball players. They're showing up to work. They're working their asses off. They're winning. I appreciate that. There's no need to be like, oh, what if Shaq and Jokic matched up? Good idea, but what if they didn't? Because they never will.
I like the conversation as a dream or as a cool story, but it's.
That's why they make video games. You can play NBA 2K.
Oh, that's
you can be anybody who you're here and you can play. But to put these guys' careers and everything else on the line and fucking criticize
or
them.
Get mad at their accomplishments.
Yes.
Like, oh well, and like, oh well, that.
Yeah.
Oh well, he needed this or this. Like, it's so circumstantial. It can never be compared equally.
It's not, and the fact that also like again the game is evolving a lot more. So like, for a guy like say Michael Jordan can't play in this era, he's adapting into a lot of different abilities to play. Would he be dominant? Yes, he'd be dominant because his mindset is alpha. He'd be dominant.
Yeah.
So let's take Kobe Bryant into Michael Jordan's era. Right? He's dominant as well.
Kobe might be worse just because he's hard-headed. Michael's
I
hard-headed.
get
hard-headed.
these guys. I'm saying like you're going into different eras and whatever, and it might be different because maybe it is. Maybe this year Michael gets canceled by the culture.
The only let's not even start.
Maybe Kobe goes there and he gets knocked out.
Because for all the things they say about LeBron, he's done it on and off the court, right? Michael's taking care of his business, but he hasn't exactly been a guy to speak on anything off the court. It's a different structure. His mindset was able to be like. It's just different. Also, if we're gonna compare eras, we have to put these guys in. Like if LeBron is playing against Michael,
Yeah.
that might take away from Michael.
Yeah.
If LeBron's there, or Michael's in LeBron's there, that's gonna might take away from LeBron. If Michael's there, Kobe, whoever you want to put. So it's just not a comparison's just not.
No, and I think the value of the game of like superstars is like they're trying to measure them all on the same pedestal. But I'm saying like these guys again, like guys like Bill Russell, all these, they're facing racism, they're facing discrimination like, on a daily basis, and then go play basketball in front of the same crowd that's fucking scrutinized. Like you can go cheer for me, you wear my jersey, but I can't buy a house in your neighborhood.
Now what can you do? If you hear a racist comment in the
Oh,
ref, he said something.
They snitch.
You need to leave.
They'll walk up to you and they'll point you out.
You need to get out. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I do have this, and I do like this things that they say when they don't like the players today just sitting out.
I agree with you.
I understand from a player standpoint, you want to be ready for the thing that matters.
Yeah.
But from a kid in Oklahoma who only gets to see one game in 4 years and expects you to be there, and you ain't, that sucks.
Well, okay. First, I agree with you on that, but like, bro, if the rules in my contract and my job allow me to do that, and I feel like fuck it tonight, hey man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
that's fine.
That's the Players Association and the NBA problem. It's not the players. I'm saying I agree with you in the sense like
blue collar workers are going to be like,
yeah,
why aren't you going to work?
Exactly.
Right? And you're going to. I understand. If I can find a loophole to not work, I won't.
Yeah.
I'm still going to put it on the players. If you can go and do what you're supposed to do on the floor, go and do it. Because you were able to get up and work out. You were able to practice. You were able to get shots up. I don't care if you may play 15 minutes or 25 minutes. If you can go and play a few minutes for that kid that's paying your salary, I think you should try and do as little or as much as possible that you can bring on that day. I'm not gonna say, oh well, like the owner's paying me, so like it's okay, because it's not.
At the end of the day, it's like trainers, coaches, they all play the same role because it's like, oh, he's sitting out, why is he sitting out? Oh, yada yada. They all agree to it, right? I think the contracts or whatever else, they give them that layaway because at the end again, it's longevity and money, right? So if I can have this guy in the league for such a long period of time,
but it's not working.
Look at a lot of guys come back from big injuries.
Yeah,
because they sit out a lot more.
Sure, fine, but they're not playing for 3 years at a time.
Exactly.
2 years at a time.
They should play. And I think
it's not real longevity. LeBron's real longevity. Westbrook playing every game. Those are real longevity. Your body's built to last and play every game.
But again, if my boss is gonna pay me no matter what I do, so these like blue collar, like the mindset, right? Like guys are built different. You know what I mean? Either you like some of these guys come from already wealthy homes, so the league is just a bonus. Yeah. Some of these guys come from the gutter.
But that's another thing though. It's not the owners paying you. These people sitting in these seats are paying you. I don't care if it's.
But if I'm entitled and I have a $50 million contract for 3 years, do I have if I'm playing, say my team's ranked third and we're playing the 13th seed, do I have to play and risk myself getting injured? Yes, in my head, for me and I'm sure other people will be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna play because it's gonna be a game.
Yeah, but just say that though. Like don't say that like, oh, I'm saving myself. Or like,
don't tell you different.
You're taking
sick, non-COVID.
That's where I think the league's soft because like I'm getting up to play fucking rec ball.
Yeah,
with a hurt ankle. Got work tomorrow.
Right?
Nobody's paying me to go nowhere.
But
you can't get up for a couple million.
Yeah.
Or just to show that kid, a dream.
Now, again, the last of a dying era, right? Kobe did that. He did it. Like even when he was like suffering from his Achilles, he was suffering. So the last of a dying era, and another person I see that doing that a lot, I'll give respect to, is Jason Tatum.
We're going to McDonald's.
Jason Tatum. Where I see Jason Tatum doing similar stuff. Like he's playing as much as he can for as long as he can.
I respect the
He's
guys
not
that
sitting
do
there.
it. I respect the guys that do it. I respect the guys that do it in high pressure situations and carry their team. I respect the guys that can take care of their bodies and do it the right way. I understand that injuries happen. And I do get mad for the players that get injured too much. I don't think the load management is being done right.
No. I think what they used to do back in the day and what they should do is when the season's coming to an end. So it's like late March, April-ish, right? You can take a few games here and there because players are coming.
Yeah.
If I'm making playoffs. Like that should be a pass.
Yeah, that's a pass.
Yeah.
Because if you're buying those tickets, hey, you need to know what your team's doing.
Yeah. By then you fucking know. You've had the whole year.
I'm sorry, you shouldn't be buying your ticket at the start of the year. Oh, I'm going to see them on April 14th.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. At that point, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. But like,
I think that's what load management is supposed to be. I think the guys just figured out the fact that, well, then you can take games off as long as you have a legitimate reason to why you are sitting.
But they come up with reasons because they want, like, think about it. Even in the workplace, it happens where you're getting stress leave and you're getting like more days off, more sick days. Like it's happening in the NBA more where it's just like, and I'm not gonna say that it's because of the $1 million why you have to get up and do your job. I'm not gonna say that you're getting paid equally because the league makes this money. What I'm saying is the impact that you have on those kids, or even that adult, where dreams have been made through hard work.
This family has been saving up for who knows how long. I've seen people fly from Japan to go to NBA games and do just sitting out. Like I get that fracture, it's mid-season or early in the season or near the a little bit after. Like after All-Star break, you've had rest.
Man.
Why are you sitting out?
All-Star break, you've had rest. Like you don't work in the summer.
Yeah,
you get 4 months off.
4 months off,
maybe a little longer if you suck. Like. And then what? I get what do you? JJ Redick said his off season is harder than his on season.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just take a couple days off.
Yeah.
That's your choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like a lot of people say like, oh, off seasons is where you get to peak your game, right? Like you start doing all this work, all this morning. I'm like, no, that should be a month and a bit before the season starts.
Yeah.
Because your body's rested for another month, a month and a half you've rested, a month and a half to prepare. You have no excuse after that, because then, like, what does Shaq say? Shaq's like,
or get you, like, circle, like, oh, you can load management these days. These
yeah.
games are load management games. So these people know, oh, maybe I won't buy tickets.
Send the calendar out.
Bro.
Send the calendar out. Load management day for LeBron, Kawhi, whoever.
Because, hey, there's 12 people on the team. Maybe they don't just want to see you. Again,
yeah.
Right? But, like, you can't have AD sitting beside LeBron, sitting beside
D'Angelo Russell. You have a whole bench. All-star.
A whole bench on your all-star. Like,
in suits and $50 million diamonds sitting there while you paid $150 for a whole month's check.
Get up for 10 minutes, man. Like, 5 minutes.
You better do a dunk.
Like,
you better do a dunk or a layup in warm-ups in those damn nice $1,500 shoes.
Or give it to your favorite charity on that day. You want load management? This is gonna be a fee.
That should be. I agree with you. That should be a rule. If you're gonna sit out a game, for whoever was in that attendance, whatever it is, ship that money to the fucking charity.
Yeah. Take his game check.
Yeah. Take the game check.
At least half of it.
That should be actually a guarantee. Like game check, bam, a guarantee.
Because I want legit like doctor certified, legit, I can't play, or it's very high risk.
If he plays this game, his ACL is gone.
Yeah. I want that.
ACL's gone.
I want that.
That needs to a little. Like, it's crazy, man.
Because, they're allowing gambling now.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to gamble if LeBron's out? I'm just supposed to assume the other guys suck?
And apparently, like now it's open season for gambling too, because everybody's putting in like point spread, all these things, right? Like so, for example, if the best scorer on that team is out, point spread kind of looks a little bit here, but like you don't even know because you haven't seen this. Like I don't know, I got a Cam Thomas.
Yeah.
How many of those guys are in the league?
I don't know. He averaged 40 points for 4 games, and he didn't. The coach decided not to play him.
Yeah.
Or start him. I've never seen anything like that.
Literally, you've lost to your superstars, and you have a superstar in the making, and you say, nah, man.
I've never seen anything like that. Let me bench this guy for scoring 40 points in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Because I got 5 new guys, 2 of which are used coming off the bench. All right.
Who didn't even would not valid on their own teams. Like, I'm sorry, Mikal Bridges. I'm sorry, whoever else. You guys are not a threat, like to be like what Cam was doing. So you have guys like that. Now it's like, okay, Brooklyn's in a frenzy. You have Cam Thomas making 40 points 3 games in a row. That game he's being benched. There's more tickets to watch him.
Well, imagine, let's bring up Insanity again. Imagine Insanity happen where the guy does that.
Yeah.
If Insanity goes off, and the coach is like, nah, I'm not going to play him.
Yeah.
Like, we could have had a Insanity moment in Cam Thomas.
It was brewing. It was cooking. And the chef turned the stove
That
off.
doesn't make any sense, man.
Right? Restaurant's
Who
closed.
makes those decisions?
It's beyond me, man. That's why I'm honestly like, I love the NBA. I love the league, but I'm excited for March Madness because it's just about to pop off.
It's going to be another one.
So that's Wednesday next week. JP and I will be here. Bro, thank you for having me. This was a good one. I appreciate you. Next Wednesday we're on. And we out.